Galnet News Digest, 15th of February 3308. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, we review our progress against Thargoids. We check up on the Colonia Bridge initiative. We look at Zachary Hudson's plans to remain president. And we try out the Back to Paresa time trial.
After last week's Thargoid incursion into 3 systems on the edge of the bubble, anti-Xeno fighters have made good progress in driving back the octagonal horrors. Top priority, HIP 12314, has gone from massive incursion down to moderate in less than a week, while Nauni and Dan are moderate and significant respectively. There are currently no Thargoid incursions in the Pleiades, and of the 7 systems suffering Thargoid incursions in the Coalsack and Witchhead nebulas, only Wellington, Shen and Lembus in the Witchhead Nebula have significant Thargoid presence. There are no massive incursions. These successes are a clear sign that the traditional ways of fighting off Thargoid attacks remain effective, despite the increased pressure applied by the Thargoids. Perhaps we don't need Salvation's superweapon after all. Of course, the Thargoid attacks have a long-term impact on starports in the affected systems, with repairs often taking weeks. Fleet carriers and coordinated repair efforts have been making the work easier, but the long distances to the outlying systems can still be something of a barrier. In addition to the 2 starports currently being evacuated, Beaufoy Vision in Nauni and Gunport in Dan, and following the repair of Betancourt Base on the 7th of February, there are 7 starports still needing repair. There is some reluctance to repair stations in systems still suffering a Thargoid incursion.
The rewards being offered in the latest Colonia Bridge initiative are perhaps a little on the low side. But the goal has been reached easily in both Colonia and Alcor, and both Universal Cartographics and Vista Genomics will be on the way to all 6 starports soon. Rewards for participants are only 6.4 million credits for the top 10 commanders, and there are no special modules on offer this time round. But good supplies of the required commodities are available, and a Type 9 can easily make 1 million credits profit per run, so it's not all bad. The success of this appeal will make Brewer hopeful that the subsequent 3 appeals will be equally successful, and that the 6 stations along the Colonia Bridge route will in due course be fitted out with a full set of services. Indeed, with everything, you need to call them home. The appeal will remain open until early on Thursday, even though it's already reached its goal, to allow the top participants to battle it out for a place on the Scroll of Honour on a number of tourist beacons along the route.
Two former presidents have spoken out to condemn President Hudson's plan to remove the 8-year limit on his term of office, branding it unconstitutional, and suggesting that it might be the first step down the road from democracy to dictatorship. Like Alliance Prime Minister Mahan, the federal president has an important role in the power play of the inhabited bubble, and it seems that many of his supporters would be reluctant to see him replaced by a new president. The Hudson Contravention, a proposal to temporarily suspend the 77th Amendment to the Federal Accord to allow Hudson to serve past 3309, is highly controversial, not least because of how divisive a leader Hudson has proved to be. He claims the Proactive Detection Bureau as a success, but it was the way Hudson handled the PDB that led to 3307 being the first year in living memory that the Federation shrunk in size. The intervention by former Presidents Antonia Mason and Jasmina Halsey strengthened Shadow President Felicia Winter's hand to put forward a vote of no confidence in Hudson. Madison became president in 3264 after a vote of no confidence was passed against President Eugene Cooper. With President Hudson's historically poor poll ratings and his divisive proposal to set aside the Constitution, Winters may have a good opportunity to repeat Madison's success.
The first of the Magic 8-Ball season of Buckyball races is underway in Pareko this week. Everyone is welcome to participate in this and subsequent time trial races, with an overall winner of the 8 races declared later in the year. This first race is in the bizarre system of Pareko, where a cluster of 6 starports orbit the star. There are no planets in Pareko, and the starports are all within a few light seconds of each other. The race is to take a Cobra Mark III kitted out according to the specification, round as many of the stations as you can within 20 minutes. You keep going round in a loop until the 20 minutes elapses, then you can land at the next starport and count how many you've visited, and, for tiebreaker purposes, how far over the 20 minutes the last landing took you. It's a very silly race, but it's quite fun and very fast, and you get to see your name on the leaderboard. You'll need to provide evidence in the form of screenshots or a video to record an official time. Search for Back to Pareko on the forums. And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News, we read the news so you don't have to.